my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio. And I'm here for the action
and nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful conversation for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, salute to everybody joining the show. Who we got in the chat? S.E. Jeff, Sincere Running Ray Real in the chat. I see you, Willie. Willie in the chat. Josh, not really a city girl, is in the chat mode. The elephant is in the chat. Hey, look, I'll say this. I see Kawanda in the chat. Hey, look. Oh, Cole's just joined the chat. Dr. Clarissa. That's what I'm talking about, James. Salute. Checking in. Hey, we got another powerful show for y'all today. And I'm going to tell you this. It's getting cold outside. And we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For those that are tuning into the show, you don't live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you got some warm weather, you blessed right now. You definitely blessed. Because I was at Walmart. And, you know when it gets so cold, when some people start calling on Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Jesus. You know, have you ever got so cold that when it hit you, oh, Lord, and call it, even folks that ain't been to church, calling on the Lord when it get this cold, when it be cold outside. Oh, my God. Have you ever had to call on the Lord? It got so cold. Let me know in the chat. If you had to call on the Lord. It'd be so cold. Oh my goodness. You know, you done caught the spirit. You know, just felt the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean? Got Lord Jesus, crying for the Lord to help you, to bear the cold. That's all I'm saying. This is why I say, you know, you got to bundle up, because my grandma used to tell me, around this time of the year, this is where you catch the pneumonia. This is where you got to make sure that you bundle up and put that little scarf around y'all neck. I know y'all women like to get out there and get the cleavage out, but this the time to kind of wrap that up. All of that got to be wrapped up. Understand what I'm saying? It's so cold outside. I mean, I remember walking to Lee Street Elementary School from Grandma's house. Grandma used to live on 5th and North Avenue. And Lee Street was on 8th and North Avenue. So I used to have to walk to school. Now they don't let the kids walk to school no more. Even after school a couple blocks, you can't even trust the kids to walk to school nowadays. The kids can't play outside like they used to. But when I was a kid, I had to walk from 5th and North Avenue to Lee Street Elementary School, and I used to wear Pro Wings. You know when they say your mama used to shop at Payless? Yeah, my grandma shopped at Payless. You know they had the how many of y'all had to get a pair of the XJ900s? They called them the XJ900s. They looked like Jordans, the fake Jordans. But I couldn't even afford the XJ900s. I just got the Pro Wings. So the Pro Wings was one of the cheapest shoes you can get. And so I'm walking from 5th Street to Lee Street School, and the bottom of the shoe froze. Like the shoe was so cheap that when it got cold, the shoe started to separate. The bottom of the shoe started to separate, and your tongue of your shoe, the tongue of the sock used to hang out the tip of the shoe like a tongue. That's how bad it was. That's how bad. See, everybody thought I grew up with the silver spoon. But no, we was poor. Like, no, I mean, I'm just saying, people think that life was sweet. People think that life is sweet, but how many of y'all had the shoes where the hole was in the tip and the sock was hanging out like a dog with his tongue out? That's why I used to go to school when I was at elementary. I'm telling you. But it was so cold. It was so cold back in the day. What they say, that when Kawanda says, that's when we started to call them biscuit shoes here. But the Pro Wings, a lot of people didn't know how to work the Pro Wings, though. Because when it got cold out, you wasn't supposed to walk. You were supposed to slide all the way to school. Like, you slide across the ice all the way to school. I think I slid to school every day in the wintertime. Because if I'd have walked, the bottom of my shoe would have fell off. That's how bad the Pro Wings was. What was worse than Pro Wings? What was worse? I don't know. I ain't gonna say the name on the air, but it was a shoe that they called P wipers. But it was PISS. We called them P wipers. But the bottom of the shoe would turn yellow. You would wear them, and then the shoe would turn yellow at the bottom. They call them P wipers, and it was some other shoes that we was wearing. But it was a hard time back then in the day. Back in the day, but when it got cold outside, that's when I knew that I had to get closer to God. When the wind hit my face, and I used to think I knew what cold was because I grew up in Wisconsin. Oh, so Charles in the chat says Zips. Zips was pretty bad. And Buster Browns was trash. Them Buster Browns. But I used to think that since I grew up in Wisconsin, that it was I knew how to handle the cold. So I started going to Iowa. I went out to school in Iowa. And it was a blizzard out there. And so on the weekends, the school was shut down, so the meal program was shut down on the weekends. So I had to walk 3 blocks to go to a locally owned store to get some food. And then there was a McDonald's next to the locally owned store. So I'm thinking I'm finna bundle up. I got this. You know, I put on my coat. You know, I put on my scarf. Only thing that was exposed to the air was my eyelids, because I had to see. Why my eyelids froze? Like, I'm trying to tell you, soon as I wasn't even outside for 2 minutes, and my eyelids froze. So at the end of the day, with that experience, I realized that Iowa was much more colder than Wisconsin in certain days and certain times. So I'm happy I had that experience. But what I'm saying is, it's cold outside now, and I need y'all to bundle up. We got a lot to talk about today. I just wanted to share that. I don't even know why I shared that Iowa story, but my eyelids froze, and I starved all weekend. I starved all weekend because it was so cold I couldn't even go to the store. Anyway, well, when we come back, we'll get into the show. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Orthodontic Experts Wisconsin believes everyone deserves a confident dream smile. We offer braces for $195 a month, subject to terms and conditions, and accept most major insurance plans like Medicaid, traditional metal braces, discrete gold braces, and invisible clear aligners. Orthodontic Experts creates personalized treatment for the whole family. With clinics in Beloit, Hales Corners, Madison, Menominee Falls, and Mount Pleasant, there's no reason to wait on your smile transformation. Call Orthodontic Experts today for your no-cost consultation. 855-720-2470.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I want to talk about these data centers because we've been trying to keep up with different places in Wisconsin. Residents are trying to speak out against the data center. It seems like they don't want the data center, or they want more transparency on how data centers affect the environment. Now, I looked up on TV and I seen that some women had went to jail trying to protest or trying to make a statement about these data centers. Now, this was in Port Washington. How many data centers are they trying to set up in the state of Wisconsin? Because this is like the third area where residents are asking all them questions. 3 arrested over a data center in Port Washington. We got some video on this. I think we need to pay attention, because what if they want to bring a data center to the north side? Are they going to sell it to us and say, hey, just be happy we got jobs? I don't know. I haven't heard that. I don't know if it's a plan for it to happen, but all I see is people on TV protesting data centers. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Friends, hey, please, clear the chambers. Council, clear the chambers.
To the side of that video, you can see officers dragging out a woman. Video here shows officers handcuffing the women. According to Port Washington PD, there were several outbursts towards speakers at the podium and council members. Officers say multiple warnings were given to the crowd. However, when the 43-year-old woman was asked to leave, police say it started a disturbance as she refused to leave and went limp, engaging in what they call, quote, passive resistance. Eventually, police say she started kicking officers and actively resisting. And then they say 2 other women dropped to the ground to stop the arrest. Cell phone video capturing officers handcuffing the women.
Hey, all right.
Do not touch her.
Hold on.
Don't touch her. Don't touch her. This is abuse of power.
All right, and these white women.
Again, the data center was not.
I mean, something going on with these data centers that is causing great concern, and I think it's the pollution of the environment that they are saying that when these data centers come to your city, they pollute the water, they
How does it affect the residents when it comes to the electricity, the bill? Electricity bill goes up. They use a lot of energy. And they may push the cost off to the taxpayers. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this because I'm seeing families say, hey, look, we may not want this. Or I'm seeing leadership saying, okay, we know what's best for y'all. They done already put the plans in action with these data centers. So anytime I see people protesting, my eyebrow go up. 21 plan to be in the Milwaukee area or the Wisconsin. 21 data centers currently in the Milwaukee area already. I didn't know data centers was already here. Well, we got people on the outskirts that are kind of like, we don't want this. What is the big deal? What is the big deal? Because, well, I'm uploading an article right now from the Milwaukee Journal. And this came out September 19, 2025. We behind on this. It was quiet on our end in Milwaukee. They said, this is an article from September 19, 2025. Is there a data center in your community? Here's the map of data centers in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the home to 47 data processing centers or data centers, and they're planning for more. This is what they're saying. Particularly in Milwaukee area, which is home to 21. Milwaukee is home to 21 centers currently. So if we got 21 centers here, I mean, I didn't see nobody make no fuss in Milwaukee over no data centers. So why is the Kenosha residents, the Port Washington, and I think it was another area that was telling the Common Council people, standing there protesting these data centers, but we got 21 going right here in Milwaukee. Did we miss the boat on this? Did we ask the right questions? Karen going crazy at the protest in Port Washington. Why are they so concerned about these data centers? All right, I'm just talking because where are the data centers in Milwaukee? I mean, maybe they came in so quiet, nobody said anything. Are they up and running? They say it's 21. I'm about to look into this. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Andrew then pulled it up. Thank you for that, Andrew. If you watch this rebroadcast live, look at the data centers right here. It's data centers on Data Holdings Milwaukee. I don't know what they do there, but it's on 3135 West Highland Avenue. That's on the block. That's near the hood. They got one on 324 East Wisconsin Avenue. Vaults Milwaukee, 3135 West Highland Boulevard. They got Iscorp North MQN on Port Washington Road in Mequon. Why are these people hell-bent on stopping or trying to get information on these data centers, and they already got us laced up? Whatever gonna happen, it's already going on. Somebody let me know what's going on with these data centers. 833-212-1017. I guess we got 21 of these. I've never seen one news article out of the city of Milwaukee where people was protesting the Common Council, but on the outskirts, I've seen this. Hey, we may have to do a deep dive. It's too late now. You might as well go get a job. You might as well go get a job and see if you can get some benefits just in case something bad happened to the environment. You have medical insurance. Get some dental. We got Tom. Tom is chiming in on the lines. How you doing, Tom?
Pretty good. How are you?
Tom, what's going on with these data centers?
Well, these data centers have been here, the 21 or whatever that you mentioned.
Right.
I mean, I've been involved with them since probably the 90s, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, to be qualified as a data center, it doesn't have to be very big, okay? So some of these are just, closets in a building, that don't have a whole bunch of customers on it, right? The big difference here is that the AI data centers here are exponentially bigger than any of these that exist already today in Wisconsin.
So these are not AI data centers?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it's a completely different animal, right, as far as requirements for power and cooling and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So the data centers we have in Milwaukee is not the data centers that they're protesting?
Right. Yeah, you were talking about Data Holdings, right? I mean, that's the Potawatomi owns that.
Okay.
And I know the people that run it, and it's a pretty big building, and it's very good as far as uptime and the infrastructure they have in place, but it is nothing on the scale of one of these AI data centers.
Okay. I'm looking up at the news. I'm wondering why people are protesting. Thank you for the information, Tom. The Town is on the lines. How you doing, Town?
What up, Tory?
Hey, Town. I guess we got safe data centers, I guess.
Heck no, bro. And I was in Memphis a while back. Man, they doing the same thing in Memphis. Trying to put Elon Musk trying to put his data center in the middle of the hood in an old Westinghouse building right on the Mississippi River. Bro, we got to wake up because they want the water.
Right.
They want the water.
And we got plenty of it.
Listen, we are, where we stay at is one of the most fresh water concentrations in the world, Craig. The world. They want that. And you know what I'm saying? And with all these other problems that we be having, like you said, you know what I'm saying? They just scoot under there. And another thing, where the money coming from this at? Y'all building, y'all setting up shop. But where the dust at? Because we got schools, we got police, we got mess up Hackham or whatever that need this money. I mean, stuff that you do to help out with the violence and the and the kids or whatever like that. Where the money at? Is the Potawatomi people like the last two? Is they paying an extra fee? This stuff we need to follow, man.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah,
I would hope that we can get the right information on these data centers, because when I see other places acting a certain way, I just want to ask the questions. Maybe I missed something. When I see Karens laying on the ground ready to get arrested over an idea, I just want to know what it is. We got Brian on the lines. What's going on, Brian?
Yeah, man, these data centers, it was never something that we needed as something that we actually humans really need. We don't need data centers. We were doing just fine as we are without them. So why is there a big push to load them all up in the communities? There's no reason for it, other than what we saw. I hope everybody has seen The Matrix, the first movie that Sophia Stewart wrote.
Right.
When they pulled Neo out that water and unplugged him, they're probably trying to do the same thing. They're trying to. Your previous caller just mentioned about the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we the cock of the walk because we got so much water. And if you ever saw what our sewer system looks like underground, it's loaded with water. So we're the prime target everywhere because we got the most water. But I can guarantee you none of this These data centers are not for our benevolence. They're for our malevolence and our demise. And scary as it might sound, I suggest everybody watch that movie Matrix.
I didn't watch it. That was one of my favorite movies. Let's get Eastside Corey before we run the break. Eastside. Tap in.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
How you doing, Eastside?
Man, that lake of ours is our gold, man. Our land that we have is our gold. I'm going through the old hood driving, because now you can really see with the snow, all these huge patches of what used to be black folks' land is now these big open spaces. Let me turn around and just come back there next week and be a big old building there with no name on it. Okay? See, white folks don't tolerate that, man. That's what they protested. We didn't get the memo, though. Which is so
I didn't hear the memo. I didn't get the memo.
We got the keys and the locks, okay? But they didn't give us the combination. Dumb.
Oh, wow.
A-S-S-E. So don't get mad at everybody else because y'all didn't do the right thing. See, they wanted to pretend to be inclusive, but they won't tell us the combination to the safe. You see what I'm saying? As long as them first, okay? It's always them first. So, that's what that is. It's just plain and simple, okay? Now, but we can step back for a minute and observe because there's a certain population of white folks that think that they're better always. That's because they white. Oh, no. There's clearly going to be a separation now. Y'all going to be treated just like us.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Over the data centers. Wow. I was totally unaware that this was going on. But look, when we come back, maybe we'll open up the lines at 2 p.m. When we come back, we'll have the Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your benefits? Competitive. And you built a culture so healthy, it's practically kombucha. Also, you can recruit the best. Building the strong workforce your company needs? That's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where skills get built, best practices get hands-on practice, and industry-led programs equip candidates for their first day. Going up. By graduation day. Here's to turning real up-and-comers into your next hires. Here's how you get there. Here at MATC.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Kevin Porter Jr. scored 26 points. Ryan Rollins added 22, and the Milwaukee Bucks overcame the loss of Giannis Antetokounmpo to an injury 3 minutes into the game to beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109 on Wednesday night. Head coach Doc Rivers on the win.
It was a hell of a win. We get down early. We missed wide open great shots, but we just couldn't get anything to fall. Then Giannis gets hurt, and I think we're down like 18. And to fight back, it just shows a lot of stuff about this team.
The 10-13 Bucks will continue their fight to 500 as they host the Philadelphia 76ers this Friday night. And University of Wisconsin Volleyball starts their 2025 NCAA tournament run by taking on Eastern Illinois at UW Fieldhouse today. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report, we got Alex Stroh, ESPN 94.5 host, producer, utility, everything.
What's up, dude?
Look, I'm going to tell you this, Alex.
Yeah, tell me.
I love it when you're on the show.
Well, thanks. I love being here.
Because I get the in-depth. I get the in-depth ideas that's going on with Giannis.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Packers, Bears.
Oh, we can talk about that.
But before we get to that, I want to ask you a question.
Sure, ask.
Are you a cuddler?
Big time, yeah. I actually, I'm very open about this because I think...
and it's cold outside.
Well, yes, number one. You need it for the warmth. But number one, I think us as men, Tory, we need to be more open about ourselves. I think it's important for us to be aware.
To get in touch with your inner self.
I often say I think self-awareness is the most important human quality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very self-aware. Despite being 6'3", I love being the little spoon. My girlfriend is 5'1". She spoons me. I'm the little spoon.
She cuddles on you.
Hell yeah, she does.
And you're the little spoon. You just ball up in the fetal position.
You got it. And it's the best. I love it dearly. And luckily I found a woman who's happy to be, despite being 1 foot and 2 inches shorter than me, my big spoon.
I guess they say when you're laying down, it doesn't really matter.
What do you mean?
Because everybody's the same size.
But not everybody's
from the waist. From the waist up.
That's not true, Tory.
Oh, I don't know.
If we measured our waists next to each other, my head would still be above yours. I am significantly taller than you.
That's because you got a big head, though.
I do have a big head in more ways than one, but yes.
But they said that there's health benefits to cuddling. This is what it says. It says cuddling and or being loved can literally change your gene expression. Change the gene expression.
Oh.
Activating repair genes and turning off genes linked to chronic disease.
No wonder.
So she's healing you.
Yeah, no wonder my skin is so smooth. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
That's powerful.
It's powerful. Super powerful. So actually what you're saying is we all need to cuddle more. And you know what? It makes sense about you because I saw you the other day in public, but I didn't say hello because it looked like you were in a very in-depth conversation.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed every time you say hello or goodbye to somebody, you give them a hug.
Yeah.
You're a hugger.
They hug me.
Which I love about you.
But this is what I do all through the community all the time because I found out. This is what I found out. When you hug people and you show that you care, they respond well.
I think that's true for the most part.
When people think that you care.
Yeah. So I totally agree with that. But I think I think there's people that don't like hugs, and maybe those are people that just need more cuddles because clearly it makes you happier.
Well,
according to your research,
and it
which
keeps you healthy.
So I'm sure that research is no bologna sausage at all. Right? Who did this research? Is it attributed to somebody?
I mean, like I said, it wasn't. It was just somebody bringing up points. They bring up. I joined this site that tells you weird statistics.
Okay. Are you sure it's not somebody in their mom's basement making it up?
You know what? It could be. But I do see people more happier after they cuddle.
Yeah. Well,
I think so here's the thing. It's got to send good vibrations.
Here's the thing.
It's got to be some kind of benefit.
Just me and you for a second. You've got friends, right?
Right.
And you see your friends on a daily basis.
Yep.
Okay, one day, one of your buddies who's typically mellow, cool, calm, collected, walks in, ball energy. Right, very happy, very upbeat. Your first thought is what? They made whoopee last night, right?
Oh, wow.
Right.
They're excited. They're glowing.
There's a new
they
glow
got the
to
glow,
them.
yeah.
Yes. They made whoopee last night.
Wow.
That's got to be the immediate thought.
You think that they made whoopee or somebody gave them the phone number? Some people just happy to get a phone number and talk.
That could be true,
you know, I've seen some people more happier holding hands than actually, going all the way. Because they just...
That's baloney.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, they felt the emotional...
You've met...
There's some people that have...
You owe a responsibility to your audience here on the Tory Lowe Show.
Go right ahead.
You owe them the truth.
I just told the truth.
You have never met anybody that's more happy holding hands than going all the way. You've never met anybody
what I'm saying is, I've met people that do go all the way and it means nothing. So, unfortunately,
and they're just happy with holding hands?
Because it meant more. Because,
okay.
It means more. Holding hands actually means more.
Give me your hand.
Well, hold on. I'm not trying to hold your hand. I don't think it works when it's like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it works when it's the opposite.
I thought it would mean more to you.
I think it works more on the opposite side. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Well, anyway, what's going on with Giannis?
It's a great question, Tory. Very good question. It's the question we're all wondering. So I got to be honest. I'm a little bit confused, and I feel like I've read as much as I possibly can. I've listened to as much as I possibly can. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think he's fine. I think he's happy. And obviously the injury aside that he suffered last night, that's going to keep him out 2 to 4 weeks.
The injury, all right, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. All right, I'm going to say it. It was kind of suspect a little bit.
I don't think you're the only person with that opinion.
Okay,
but
it's not my opinion.
I will reassure you.
I'm just saying that it was all this talk about the agent, then... It was a non-physical play.
The timing was suspicious.
The timing. I mean, he could be. Giannis has always kept it 100.
Yeah,
it
is real.
Giannis has always been 100 as far as a Bucks player. He's very excited about Milwaukee. I don't know where the change in events, maybe losing it to the Wizards, one of the worst teams in the league, may have caused a reaction where the post started getting taken down.
I don't know. I don't know how much truth there is to the idea that he would request a trade in season. Right? It seems like there was some truth to him pondering the idea of a trade in the offseason to the Knicks, it sounds like, from multiple reports. But I'm not certain he would request a trade in season. Like I've said this a few times the last 2 days, Tory. We know two things to be 100% true about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number one, he's loyal as hell. Right. He's about as loyal.
Yes.
He's somebody you want on your team.
And he delivered for us.
Yes.
He has delivered.
So he's loyal. He loves the city of Milwaukee. But he loves one thing more than Milwaukee, Tory, and that's winning. That's the second thing we know about Giannis. He is obsessive about winning. And can Milwaukee, at this juncture, the way they're set up right now, win him a championship this season? I think the answer is no, despite a nice win mostly.
But we kind of knew that. We kind of was reaching this year. We knew this year was going to be a reach.
That's true. So we'll see. But I would imagine Giannis will be a Buck throughout the remainder of the season. At least that's where I land as of today.
Why did he delete all the posts?
So that's the weird part.
Okay.
Because, we were just talking about relationships. Let's go back to relationships. Tory, you know we've all got Instagram crushes, right? You've got an Instagram crush. Everybody listening right now has an Instagram crush. Zimmel back there.
Okay.
Andrew, he's got an Instagram crush.
Somebody he's stalking online.
Right. Sometimes you're looking at the profile just to check in. And all of a sudden you see, poof, the boyfriend's gone. Can't find the boyfriend on the page.
Because they broke up.
Because they broke up. Now, I'm not saying that's what this is, but for athletes in the 21st century,
but we kind of got
when you're deleting
it's kind
posts,
of a red flag.
When you're taking the bucks out of your description on your Instagram profile, that typically means you're unhappy or you're in an unhappy relationship. Mm-hmm. Is that the case with the honest? I don't know. I'm not going to try to diagnose them, but it's not a good sign. I'll tell you that.
You owe the truth. You owe the people the truth about this.
Are you quoting me now?
No, we're going to run the break. When we come back, we'll have more discussion. We got Alex Strofe in studio. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Saturday night, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Robert Morris Colonials.
Aguilar high on the right side. Defended tightly by Lawson. Takes him off the dribble. Gets inside. Left hand leaner. A scoop for Amar Aguilar. Dixon across the timeline with 2. Dixon left of the lane. Corner. Hubbard. 3 at the gun. It is pure. It is pure.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Orthodontic Experts Wisconsin believes everyone deserves a confident dream smile. We offer braces for $195 a month, subject to terms and conditions, and accept most major insurance plans like Medicaid, traditional metal braces, discrete gold braces, and invisible clear aligners. Orthodontic Experts creates personalized treatment for the whole family. With clinics in Beloit, Hills Corners, Madison, Menominee Falls, and Mount Pleasant, there's no reason to wait on your smile transformation. Call Orthodontic Experts today for your no-cost consultation. 855-720-2470.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got Alex Strofe joining us. Why do you got him titled as senior ham correspondent?
Did you miss this last week?
What did I miss this last week?
So I jumped on Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace what day was that? Wednesday, I think, right before Thanksgiving. And I had the esteemed honor of cooking for my family for the first time ever this year.
For Thanksgiving.
And I made a ham. And everybody was blown away by the idea that I put a little bit of orange juice in my glaze for the ham I made.
Okay.
And Kyle thought it was the end of the world. Like, he thought the world was ending, that I literally put like 3 tablespoons of orange juice in this ham glaze.
Sweeten it up.
And him and Rhea were just making fun of me. And,
oh, wow.
Truth Nation was not nice to me. But, yeah, senior ham correspondent, because I made a kick-ass ham, I'll tell you what. It was very good. So I thought I did good, personally.
But let's get the Packers in while we got the time.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something. This is one of the oldest rivalries in sports.
The oldest, yeah.
But it's also a battle for first place.
It is.
It's actually the game that the Detroit Lions game was supposed to be. Now it's the Bears have taken over as the team to beat or the team to challenge first place in the North.
Yeah, they're 9-3. Packers 8-3-1. So the Packers about a half game back of the Bears as it stands. The winner on Sunday at Lambeau Field will walk out of Lambeau in first place, sole possession in the division.
It's more at stake.
Yeah, it's the first time since 2013 when these two teams match up. They are both playing for something. First time in 12 years, Tory. Where were you 12 years ago?
Oh my goodness.
2013. Where were you? I was in 7th grade.
2013. I was probably at some protest.
That's still the case in 2025,
right.
isn't it?
It doesn't stop.
I was in 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
That gives you a context of how long it's been since in the month of December that these two teams played a meaningful football game against one another.
Well, the thing is, I didn't think the Bears were going to be...
I take it back, I was in 8th grade, but regardless.
Oh, wow.
No. Freshman in high school. I don't know. I was young is ultimately the point I'm trying to make.
But what I'm saying is people are getting excited.
You guys are freshman.
The Bears got the last game of the year last year. That was their Super Bowl last year, you know. And it seems like that energy carried into the season. Why are the Bears good this year? Is it the running game?
That helps, obviously. Yeah, it's the head coach, I think, is the big part. And then they invested in their offensive line. But the head coach, I mean, they hired...
From Detroit.
From Detroit. They had their offensive coordinator. He's come in and he's completely changed the culture. He's got that offense playing like a real offense, which is something Chicago is not used to. Which leads to, all of the Bears fans on social media acting like they've already won the Super Bowl.
Right.
But
here we go.
That's how that goes.
Hey, look, this is a surprise season.
For sure.
They just happy that they got some wins. They just happy that they're in the I think that they're saying that they're in the top of the NFC.
Yeah, they're number one in the NFC as it stands right now. Obviously, there's 5 games left to play.
They might as well enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last super long because I think the Packers win on Sunday.
Okay, so when you talk about the Packers' run defense, we talk about Micah Parsons, his amazing ability to add pressure.
Unbelievable, yeah.
But are the Packers good against the run? Is Micah Parsons a run stopper as well? Now, I know in the Philly, I know against the Eagles, he did well, but
they did well last week against Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, so is that an illusion that he's just a pass rusher? Is he a well-rounded defensive player?
I mean, he's a really, really good defensive player, but his pass rushing ability is much more why you add a guy like that, right? He's
game changer.
He's a good defensive lineman. I mean, when you talk about a run defense, you worry more about the middle pieces, right? So the nose tackles, the defensive tackles, and the linebackers, right? Who's going to stop the run there? And the Packers, they're not perfect by any means, but what team is? And obviously Sunday will be a really good test for them as the Bears are one of the best teams in the league at rushing the football. But it's as simple as this in football, Tory. You get an early lead, which if the Packers do this, they're going to force Caleb Williams and his painted fingernails to throw the football.
Jordan Love, Offensive Player of the Week.
Indeed. Again, second time this year, yeah.
Is Jordan Love entering the MVP conversation?
Yes. Yes.
A lot of people are saying that Jordan Love is now starting to come in his own. These last couple games have showcased his upside. Where are the Packers with the offense right now? Injuries. People are coming back from injuries.
Yeah, people are coming back. Jaden Reed, your guy, will be back.
Yes.
Christian Watson's obviously been back for a few weeks. Another one of your guys. I know you love Christian Watson.
Yes.
So, yeah, from a wide receiver standpoint, they're going to be about as healthy as they could be. Jordan Love was dealing with a shoulder injury. He's played through it, but he seems to be getting healthier. Now a long break until Sunday after playing on Thanksgiving. I think they're in really good shape. And to your point on Jordan Love entering the MVP conversation, I still think he's a long shot to win it. But according to our friends over at Potawatomi Sportsbook, he's in 4th place right now. Right, he's right in the mix.
Right in the thick of things.
Behind Drake May, the quarterback in New England, Matthew Stafford, the quarterback in Los Angeles with the Rams.
The Chicago game
Dak
could
Prescott.
definitely boost.
For sure. I mean, if he continues to play the way he has the last couple of weeks, yeah. I mean, he threw 4 touchdowns and no interceptions and wasn't sacked on Thanksgiving. If he does that every week the rest of the year, he's going to win in a runaway.
Also, I wanted to, before you get out of here.
Yeah. What'd I do?
Aaron Rodgers.
What about him?
Aaron Rodgers is over at Pittsburgh. It looked like they had a spark. Once again, is this his last season? I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers go into another NFL season. He's speaking well of Jordan Love.
Yeah, they're still friends.
Yeah, they're still friends. So when Aaron Rodgers retired, does he come back to Green Bay in any capacity?
I don't think so. I think he's probably in a media capacity, right?
I mean, like Tom Brady.
Like Tom Brady.
Get that fat check, yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to open the wallet for him. Have you heard him speak before? He's a fascinating dude.
Oh, he's very entertaining.
Yeah, he sure is. Entertaining might be strong, but he's certainly fascinating. So I would imagine he goes the media route, or otherwise he'll go to Peru and do ayahuasca, which he does in the offseason. So
start holding classes.
Exactly. He could be an ayahuasca teacher. Is that what they do? They have teachers for that?
I mean,
guides?
I mean, I might join him.
Would you do ayahuasca?
Yeah, I mean, for one time. I'll do anything once.
You puke and poop ridiculously.
Really?
Right? Yeah. You have diarrhea and you puke everything
But then you get to lose a lot of weight, though.
Yeah, you do, and it's like
cleanse your system out.
It's a cleanse.
Cleanse the parasites. Get rid of all the parasites.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do it once.
Okay. Well, we should.
I walk from Milwaukee to Washington D.C., so I would do it once. Yeah.
You would do everything once, wouldn't you? We should have your people contact everything. Aaron Rodgers people, and we'll get you to Peru.
You got the hookup
to Peru.
To Aaron Rodgers people.
I can work on that.
Yeah, work it out. Work it out.
All right, yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you for coming through,
Appreciate
Alex.
you, thanks.
As always, I appreciate everything you do here at GKB.
Powerful. Very kind of you. Right back at you. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, look, let me tell y'all something, Truth Nation. I got a bet going. With a Chicago Bears fan, Black Conscious. And it's a 2-game. The Packers got to win 2 games. Chicago has to win 2 games for him to win. The Packers have to win 2 games for me to win. But I think the bet is that if the Chicago Bears beat the Packers twice this year, they got to go twice. I got to come in here with a Bears jersey. I gotta violate everything that I stand for. And come in here with a Bears jersey on and say, go Bears. Oh, my goodness. This made my stomach turn a little bit, just a little bit. But if I win, if the Packers beat the Bears twice, he got to paint his fingernails and put on a wig. Live on the Tory Lowe Show. So, Black Conscious, here we go. This is the first round of Chicago versus the Packers. We got the first round coming up this Sunday. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to open up the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
I'll holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
A talk. It's called the Senate Civil Suits for Unauthorized Data Seizures. In the continuing resolution that had to be voted on in order to open the government, authorizes U.S. senators to file civil lawsuits against the U.S. government, including the Department of Justice, for up to $500,000 in damages per violation if federal law enforcement seizes or subpoenas their phone or other data without prior notification. Hold on, wait a minute. If you have been accused of a crime and there's evidence and probable cause, and the federal government or any investigating agency gets a warrant from a judge to seize your cell phone records, there's nothing you can do about that.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The Milwaukee County Transit System will not have to completely eliminate routes next year after receiving extra funding in the county's budget. But based on next year's service levels, MCTS President and CEO Steve Fuentes says they're projecting an $18 to $20 million budget gap in 2027.
In 2026, we are still using our remaining $8.5 to $9 million of COVID money. That $8.5 to $9 million will not be there in 2027.
Transit leaders say the 6 routes that were supposed to be cut next year will now operate during peak hours. Bus riders will also see a 75-cent fare increase starting next month to help close the budget deficit. A Milwaukee area investor will serve as the secretary and CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Governor Tony Evers announced appointing John Miller to the role starting later this month. Miller replaces Missy Hughes, who stepped down 2 months ago as she runs for governor in a crowded Democratic field. It's likely a short-term appointment for Miller, as the next governor will select their own department heads in 2027. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court agrees to hear a case to discuss whether ICE detainers are considered legal. The Wisconsin ACLU is suing 5 sheriffs on behalf of Voice de la Frontera for teaming up with the feds to house immigrant detainees for longer than 48 hours. The attorney representing the sheriff's office says the ongoing partnership with ICE is legal. The ACLU claims under state law, police holding someone past their release time because ICE asked for it is unlawful. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I'm going to open up the lines. It's almost the end of 2025. And this is going to go by fast. So for some reason, this year went by, blew by. And so my question of the day, what was the biggest story of 2025? What was the biggest story of 2025? We already into those conversations already. We already into the end of the year ideas. What was the biggest story of 2025? What did you think the biggest story was? Now, as an advocate, I think the biggest story of 2025 to me was Hackham. What was going on with the housing in the city of Milwaukee. I think that was huge because the money had been misspent, and our elders, the disabled, were out there protesting. And it's still something going on. It's still something going on. I'm talking about locally. Somebody said Diddy going down. Yeah, that as far as pop culture, the Diddy story, Diddy getting arrested, that was huge. I agree, not really a city girl. But what was the biggest story of 2025? It could be, you could do a local one and you could do a national one. But locally, the housing, the collapse of the housing in the city of Milwaukee was huge. And it's still going on. Don't we got a story of what's going on right now? People being evicted from the housing right now. I just seen this article yesterday. I said, man, the year started out messed up, and it's about to end messed up for a lot of those people using city housing right here in the city of Milwaukee. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got a story. We got, I guess, an update, unfortunately, on what's going on with the Hackham. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
This is a landlord ledger. Every landlord gets these.
Over the last 4 decades,
This particular lady, moved out in July.
John Flessis has had thousands of tenants in his Milwaukee properties on Section 8 vouchers. At the start of this year, the Housing Authority's Section 8 program was outsourced to CVR Associates.
It started getting difficult when the new management company came in.
Since then, John says the issues within Section 8's program is hurting not just landlords, but tenants too. With one tenant,
We got the inspection done, it passed, we got the lease. The problem was they're sending her money to a different landlord. They never gave us those funds. And since then, we had to move her out.
Oh, wow.
Because we weren't getting paid.
in another home, where John says a woman and her 5 kids are living.
Well, they're actually paying the rent, but to a tenant that moved out 7 months ago. They sent us over $10,000 that I told them to take back. It's not for this tenant, and nobody's replying to me.
Documents show this specific tenant's request for tenancy was approved back in June.
So unfortunately, we're moving forward with an eviction
Because you guys haven't gotten rent money.
in 7 months.
Since July, John has continued emailing CVR Associates. On July 16th, he asked for a lease. John asked again on October 22nd, saying, "We are now into 5 months with no lease." He emailed one more time in November, calling the lack of response a failure, and said the situation has become unsustainable and asked for resolution and a payment schedule.
She was moved in, happy. She's a nice lady, and unfortunately now she's going to be homeless because they don't care.
Why was it important for you to speak out about this?
Because nobody answers there, nobody cares. I care. I don't want to put people out.
No one from CVR would go on camera, but in a statement, we're told in part, owners and property managers are reminded that it is unlawful to evict an active Section 8 participant for the failure of Hackham to remit payments. Landlords left without payment and communication, while some tenants remain stuck in the middle of an organization whose inaction is leaving them on the brink of homelessness.
Look, I'm going to say this. I've had a lot of people inbox me, usually during this time of year. There's a lot of women with children that are being evicted, and we have a huge eviction crisis. This was going on before the pandemic. A lot of the evictions that were happening before the pandemic, I was out there day and night trying to work and deal with that situation. But then after the pandemic, where they put a halt to people being kicked out, there was a while where the landlords were frustrated because they weren't getting paid. And then once that was done, there was a massive amount of evictions that took place. And now we're seeing this with Hackham, where they have vouchers, Section 8 vouchers. And the misuse of funds, Willie Hines, all of a sudden now we got the elders, more people that that are depending on the system to come through. Y'all thought that the SNAP benefit thing was a crisis, and that never happened. There was a lot of fear-mongering going on. I told y'all, they is not going to let that happen. There's still some discussion going on with the SNAP benefits, that they going back and forth with the SNAP benefits. But let me tell you something. It's more white people on SNAP benefits than it is blacks. So a lot of y'all thinking, okay, it's an attack on black. No, it's that SNAP benefit is nationwide, and it's not racist. If you do anything to SNAP, more white people would be hurt in this country. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But what I'm saying is, this year, there were a lot of crazy stories that took place. But what was the most alarming thing that you heard this year? 833-212-1017. What was the biggest story that made you raise an eyebrow in 2025? It's December 4th right now. We're in the last month of 2025, and we did so many call to actions on the air. And salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines that came out, showed out, stood out. Salute. We got the community awards coming up. Salute to everybody that's doing the real work. But I'll say this. There was another story that kind of threw me back this year. And that was the story when the mother came in and said that she basically birthed a psychopath. Her son was so far out of control that she had to warn the community about her son. That story right there was just wild to me. You know, usually a mother will be like, I need help. I need to try to help my child. But this mother said that she had birthed a psychopath. I wish I could play some of that audio. See if we got some of that audio, Andrew. But what I'm saying is, this year had some things that made me raise an eyebrow. Also, what took place this year that made me feel like, maybe I chose the wrong career. I'm just joking, but everybody got a raise this year. Everybody got that raise. All the politicians, the teachers, everybody got a raise. Everybody wanted more money this year. And they got it. They got it while the brothers and sisters on the front lines can't even get a dime. But that was another thing that was kind of alarming this year. But on the national level, yeah, the Diddy story was huge. The Diddy story was huge. I think that was probably the huge story. And the documentary came out. And you know what? I could weigh in on it because I spent some time watching that documentary. And I do have an opinion about it. But at the same time, when you look at Hollywood, when you look at the narratives that they promote, when you look at the mentality that they put out here, yeah, you having fun and you dancing and you having a great time to a lot of this music that's out here. But a lot of that music is some of that music is a part of the problem. And it's being made by people that have horrible, selfish characteristics. But look, when we come back, I'm going to open up the lines. What was the big story of the year that made you raise an eyebrow? We'll have more discussion when we come back. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You make time for everyone else. Family, work, everything in between. Now it's time to take care of you. If you're 45 to 64 and don't have insurance or your plan doesn't cover screenings, you may qualify for free mammograms and Pap tests through the City of Milwaukee Health Department's Breast and Cervical Cancer Awareness Program. Call 414-286-2133 to see if you're eligible. Real self-care starts with your health, and early detection saves lives. Funded by Wisconsin Well Woman. Learn more at milwaukee.gov/wellwoman.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: what was the biggest story of 2025 to you, locally, nationally? Hey, look, it was a lot of them. It was a lot of them this year. But Eastside Corey called it. What did he say?
Eastside Corey said his biggest story was the day that you got your day.
Tory Lowe Day was July 5th this year in the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County, and they was working on it in the state with Governor Evers. So, like I said, it was one of those things, yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful. I did note that, when they did give me the proclamation, they gave it to me in an envelope and not on the wood. You know how they have it in the wood? I had to go put the wood on it. But like I said, God bless. It was amazing. It was powerful. It was powerful. That was definitely powerful. Thank you, Eastside Corey. Also, and I'm seeing in the chat, we must be on the same frequency. I see Josh in the chat says he talked about the one that was crazy, that included the kid being kidnapped by the drug dealer mom and had the city looking for him. He said that was wild. But this was the story of Jamal. I think his name was Jamal White, the young 7-year-old who was held hostage this summer. That story went all over. That story went all over the country. Everybody was looking for him. Well, recently there was an article, and this article was on the docket for me to play today. Milwaukee teen to face adult court in 7-year-old kidnapping case. Barry Coleman. This Barry Coleman, 14 years old, is charged as an adult in that case. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got the update on the 14-year-old who orchestrated, who masterminded that kidnapping. Let's listen.
This is the last leg of one of the biggest crimes that allegedly occurred this summer.
It's a situation that prompted an Amber Alert and launched searches across the city. A 7-year-old boy went from riding his bike to being taken at gunpoint near 61st and Eustis, held at a home miles away, discovered by police, unharmed a day later. The 14-year-old accused of orchestrating it all, now being charged as an adult.
Most people don't want to believe that a 14-year-old could be so devious. I'm not one of those people.
Prosecutors say Barry Coleman was the mastermind of the plot involving 25-year-old Corey Williams and 38-year-old Fabian Johnson. A criminal complaint explains the three planned to rob the boy's mother, who Coleman called a big-time drug dealer, but it quickly changed. Video shows people going after the boy's father when investigators say Coleman grabbed the child and held him on a $100,000 ransom.
It's really a horrifying event.
Prosecutors say Coleman, at the time, had recently been released for a heroin charge.
He was given a break for that offense with that residential treatment center and then immediately committed this offense.
Coleman was arrested in July and has been at Lincoln Hills ever since, now facing adult charges with a bail set to make a statement.
I said $100,000 because that was the ransom that you guys allegedly requested.
Wow. That's wild. 14-year-old boy. I thought it was a person that was older because they went after the father. The father ran in the house. Jamal was on like some kind of bike or something. He ran in the backyard and then he was exposed to be by himself, and then they grabbed him and took off. So another situation this year that made everybody raise an eyebrow. Not really a city girl knocking them out in the chat. She says the Sade Robinson story went national. But that was pretty big. Sade Robinson, that whole court trial. Maxwell Anderson, that was a terrible situation, but justice was served. Justice was served in the Sade Robinson. We got Security Mike. How you doing, Security Mike?
How you doing, my guy? Yep, that's the one I was gonna touch on, man. She girl go on her first date with someone,
right,
and have that type of stuff happen to her, man. That has to be major. And then I had another one, but I guess that was the one I was gonna mainly talk about. And then Trump making it back to the office.
Yeah, that was wild.
And that's the predicament we living in.
That was wild. Yeah, they tried to kill that man. Tried to throw him in jail and kill that man. I thought I seen somebody say something in the chat. Somebody said something about Trump in the chat. Diggy1055 says, you messing with Trump took me by surprise, considering your righteous nature, but I still rock with you. Just leave the politics out of the show, especially Trump. I'm happy for my vote. I don't feel no kind of way. I got what I wanted out of my vote. I feel the same way about what y'all voted for. You know what I mean? But that ain't what I do. Like, I'm an advocate, and I got a right to vote and do whatever I feel like doing. Even if I don't or do, it doesn't matter. I'll do what I feel like doing. So obviously I feel like voting for Donald J. Trump. I felt like it and I voted for him. And if you got a problem with that, I could care less because I probably got a problem with your vote too. So, but that ain't what we going to get tied up with. What we're going to get tied up with is being the resource that we need to have for our community. Now, it don't matter who you vote for if you're not a resource for your community. I think you trash. I think that you're throwing off your inability to be a resource for your community on something else. And you're trying to blame something else for your lack thereof. So if you're not active or on the front lines or trying to support the brothers and sisters on the front lines, it don't matter who you vote for. You're not going to do nothing anyway but talk. So, fair enough. Also, I wanted to talk about this situation where this Franklin, Wisconsin youth soccer director charged in an international operation trying to have sex with a child. This is what's going on. The soccer director tried to go on an international scale to get it on with a baby. Sick. This Franklin, Wisconsin soccer coach or whatever he is, he got busted. How come every day it's either a pastor or is somebody that got the trust of the community that's messing with the babies? The other day we talked about that pastor from where's that pastor from?
Florida.
It was from Florida. Yeah, he was out there, the apostle. I tried to show you the flyer that he had. Like, this is what they do. They look, these people know how to make it sound good and look good. But they're gonna walk away with them. They're gonna try to walk away with the kids on the bottom, on the down, on the bottom side of the acting. They trying to lure the kids in.
We were on that story early too, Tory. A lot of people were jumping on it today.
Hey, look, see, and I called Democrats bootlickers before Trump even. You know what? I called Democrats all kinds of names before that election. It ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump. And anybody that's talking about politics, you trash to me because you're not gonna do nothing. Y'all not gonna do nothing. When I'm out in these communities, y'all don't do jack, but talk. Sit there. You're gonna talk yourself into a stroke. That's how I feel about it. You're not gonna do nothing. Nobody don't call you to do nothing. And to basically, if you don't end up becoming a resource to help the community, you ultimately trash. I mean, you're not doing nothing to improve their neighborhoods. And we need everybody to come together more than ever on their own energy to save ourselves. So I believe that people try to throw off conversation on stuff to deflect from the fact that they're lacking in trying to help others. Hey, y'all try to create a boogeyman. But really, it's you. You the problem. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Your benefits, competitive. And you built a culture so healthy, it's practically kombucha. Also, you can recruit the best. Building the strong workforce your company needs? That's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, your skills get built. Best practices get hands-on practice. And industry-led programs equip candidates for their first day. Going up. By graduation day. Here's to turning real up-and-comers into your next hires. Here's how you get there. Here at MATC.
During the season of giving, the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection asks you to do your research before donating to avoid imposter scams and fake charities. Before giving to a charity, please research the organization at give.org and use verified information. Do not donate through unsolicited links, phone calls, or other messages sent to you. Make sure your contribution goes to the organization and cause you want to support, not a scammer. Learn more at datcp.wi.gov. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Kevin Porter Jr. scored 26 points. Ryan Rollins added 22, and the Milwaukee Bucks overcame the loss of Giannis Antetokounmpo to an injury 3 minutes into the game to beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109 on Wednesday night. Head coach Doc Rivers on the win.
It was a hell of a win. We get down early. We missed wide open great shots, but we just couldn't get anything to fall. Then Giannis gets hurt, and I think we're down like 18. And to fight back, it just shows a lot of stuff about this team.
The 10-13 Bucks will continue their fight to 500 as they host the Philadelphia 76ers this Friday night. And University of Wisconsin Volleyball starts their 2025 NCAA tournament run by taking on Eastern Illinois at UW Fieldhouse today. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got to head over to Franklin, Wisconsin, where a soccer director charged with international operations trying to have sex with a child. And I'll tell you this whole year, there's been stories of human trafficking, rape. So many things went on this year, and I tried to make my way to it. A lot of y'all, y'all don't want to, sometimes they don't want to hear some of the tougher elements of the community, I'd say that. But on the Tory Lowe Show, we talk about it all the time because I got to leave here and go deal with a lot of this firsthand. So we got to head over to Franklin, Wisconsin. Let's see what's going on. If you're watching we broadcast live, we got video.
Last Thursday morning, a JFK-bound JetBlue flight took off from O'Hare. 46-year-old Justin Kagerbauer never made that flight. As 2 hours later, records show Kagerbauer was in the custody of U.S. Marshals at the federal courthouse. That Thanksgiving afternoon, he appeared before a magistrate judge, accused of trying to fly overseas to have sex with a child. For months, prosecutors say Kagerbauer had been talking with a person online he believed to be a woman in the UK with a 9-year-old niece. He was actually talking to an undercover UK cop. According to court filings, Kagerbauer wrote he was, quote, interested in girls 6+. Quote, I have no experience, but I would love to. It would be a dream come true. From March through November, the undercover officer and Kagerbauer chatted more than 100 times, reiterating plans to visit her and the child in November. Last month, JetBlue told the feds Kagerbauer bought a one-way ticket to London Heathrow via JFK for November 27th.
Wow.
Agents plan to arrest him at the airport. Tuesday, a judge ordered him detained pending trial. Fox 6 reached out to his attorney. We haven't heard back. Here's what we learned from court filings and archived websites. Kagerbauer, an architect for a Heartland home builder, also has served as the director of tryouts and accounts receivable for the Franklin-based Croatian Eagles soccer club. Prosecutors haven't mentioned any allegations involving the club or children.
Oh, wow. This is horrible. He went all the way out the way to get in the way. And I was trying to tell people that the people that be online, they say it's like 500,000 predators online. Like something like that when it comes to grooming or people that are looking for children. And thank God that there are some groups that are, setting that bait, putting that bait out there, catfishing these people. 500 to 700,000 predators online every day. And this is why I tell people, like, this is, now that we have these cell phones, now that we have these computers, you can't see these people. They can, if you're not paying attention, they almost can move in the shadows of these cell phones. And the kids are playing these online video games all day. These avatars, they're connecting with someone, and many times they think it's a child, but it's not. It's an adult that get involved in a lot of these activities online where the kids at, befriend them, I think you got to pay for to unlock certain things in certain games. So one time my son came to me bragging, hey, I got a friend in this game that paid for my stuff in the game, like some skins. I guess he wanted his character to have a different outfit, a different uniform. I remember when that was free when I was coming up. You may had to flip a level. You may have to go to the next level, but it was free. Now the kids pay for everything. They don't get the kids your credit card. Because they might swipe it. The game has gotten so good now that they'll take the money off the card so they can continue to participate in the game. This is how good these games. Some of y'all adults is playing games on y'all phones that have, if you want to continue, you got to pay $2, $3, $4 to continue. Candy Crush, yeah. Y'all playing Candy Crush. But think about it. These young kids are coming up in a time where they have to spend money to advance in the games. So here come an adult. Hey, you know how they say, don't take candy from a stranger? It didn't morph into the video game. Now they not giving candy. They giving like extras in the game to the kids. What you say, Fortnite skins. Yeah, these pedophiles ain't giving out nobody candy. They not. There used to be a creepy old man in the neighborhood when I was coming up named Henry. He was an old white guy. He used to drive a station wagon. Yeah, his name was Henry. He lived around the corner from Grandma's house. We was on 5th Street. He lived on like, for those that can pinpoint it, he lived like on 3rd and Meineke. He lived on 3rd and Meineke. He used to come out the house with bags of candy. And everybody was like, don't get that candy from Henry, because, you know, everybody knew not to get the candy because, you know, don't take candy from strangers. So every time Henry would give a kid a bag of candy, everybody would be like, oh, you took the bag of candy from Henry. Like, it was crazy. But we knew. But now, it's internet. Some of y'all adults taking candy, bags of candy from strangers. Hey, some of y'all adults is doing little things online that y'all ain't supposed to do. Hey, I'm just saying. But the game done changed. Now they got AI coming. AI finna take it to the 100th power. And if it's 500,000 to 700,000 predators online, once this AI get implemented, and they do the deep fakes, they now I got my own AI action series where you can basically do anything and create anything and it ain't even real. So what's gonna happen then if these kids are falling vulnerable to what's going on right now? It's gonna get worse. I understand what I'm saying. Truth Nation. That's why I play these stories of adults and upstanding. Y'all think it's gonna be somebody in the back alley that's doing this extra stuff? No, these are professionals. And we ain't still heard nothing about the Epstein. It kind of went cold. Are they still even talking about Epstein? It's dying out a little bit. It ain't as strong as it used to be. It's kind of like it comes and it goes, the Epstein.
News cycle.
Yeah, it's like, give it 2 more months, it'll be back. This is what they do with that. But I come on the air every day and talk about people who are Epstein-ish, regular folks that are out here with the same thirst. Y'all worried about the politics, but you overlooking the neighbor down the street, or the teacher at the high school, or the principal, or the pastor that's pulling up. Yeah, soccer coach. Don't be about your whole life. Do not be about your whole life. That's all I'm saying. Get out here, live a little, and be active. Be active. Keep your head on a swivel because it's so real. It's so real. I can't even tell you how bad it's been this year. This year was probably the worst year than all the other years. Yes, I'm talking about, sometimes I don't even want to talk about all of the things that I've seen this year that made me go, oh, wow. Oh, wow. And all of this don't make the news. A lot of this stuff don't make the news. Matter of fact, I make the news because sometimes the situations I go get from out of nowhere make the news. I don't even watch the news. Yeah, I mean, some situations that I take on escalate into the news from the ground. In 2026, I'll say this. We have to fix the village because that's going to be the protection that we need to have to move forward. And you can't move forward without repair. You can't. It's not going to happen. We have to stick together. That's why I say we got to buckle up. We got to tighten up. We got to become resources, and we got to get to work. We definitely got to get to work more than ever, because I saw this online where they're saying that they finna move to AI where they're going to just start using AIs as secretaries, and now you're going to call companies, and you're not going to even have any human contact. The companies are just going to have the AI assistant, and now you're not going to have the human contact or somebody to say, okay, I'll wait for you to get your paperwork together and things like that. AI is going to be like, well, can we put you on hold and call you back? That's it. Ain't no arguing. Ain't no high blood pressure. You just going to have to say okay and hang up the phone. We got Michael. Michael calling in. How you doing, Michael?
How are you? I'm good. So quick comment. So, like, I had a friend, he's actually an activist, or he was an activist, supposedly, but he ended up going to jail. I think they gave him 60 years for, child molestation or,
Corey Kirkwood.
And, I grew up with him, and
oh, wow.
Too bad he went the wrong way, because he could have actually been something great in life, if he didn't take the wrong way.
Right.
So it's just about, like, having people as activists in a position, like you, Tory Lowe. I know you're a brother, but you're a good man. You're actually about what you talk about. A lot of people are not when they're activists in leadership positions. So keep doing what you're doing, brother, okay?
Thank you, brother. Like I said, I when I was out and I seen Corey Kirkwood, he was a part of the group. He was part of a group of people that was already out here. Like I guess I started seeing him during the Duntre Hamilton. He had a collar on, like a church collar on. And I was like, you know how I feel about people that's moving a certain way. So like I said, I just, thank God I don't do meetings. I don't do all this stuff. I just try to help and lead. But you see the weird characters moving through the community. You see them, and then when they end up on Fox 6 News, man, like these people was weirdos out here, like doing weird stuff, and unless they commit a crime and I'm by request, so I would have to have somebody that was victimized request my services to get involved. I get to see a lot of stuff that I don't talk about on the air, I'll tell you that. I'm talking about a lot of funny behavior, but it's not criminal. Like, they're doing things and you be like, something weird, that's weird, but they're not causing harm, right? So when these people go and cause harm, it's weird to see all the people they was hanging out with and doing things with, and then you just be like, wow, I don't even hang out in groups like that. That's why I don't do it, because I want to be able to, if somebody called me and say somebody did something, I can respond without saying it's a conflict of interest. So, hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Gruber Law Office.
One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Police warn fraud calls targeting shoppers is on the rise. You know it's Christmas time, so they trying to get that money out your pockets before you can spend it. Fraud calls are targeting consumers. We got video. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
The holidays come ringing.
Have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Shoppers usually answer with their wallets, sometimes inside stores, other times at these red kettles, where nonprofits like the Salvation Army count on donations. But there is one thing that may deter generosity this holiday season.
Oak Creek police say they've gotten increasing calls lately of people defrauding shoppers.
Police say suspects have approached shoppers at grocery stores asking for money for a friend's funeral expenses. Officers didn't specify where, but they say the swindlers demand credit or debit cards, sometimes charging thousands on the card.
It's getting worse and worse and worse.
Some shoppers like Gail Regavich say the uptick in scammers have them questioning giving.
I am reluctant to give to any of the donations unless I give it to a person that's it's face to face and I know they needed it. I don't anymore.
Lisa Schiller with the Better Business Bureau is also advising caution.
We have to know who we're giving to. We want to make sure that our hard-earned money gets into the right hands.
When it comes to giving this season, she has these tips. Don't feel pressure to give on the spot. If you're online, make sure you're on a secure website. When in doubt, Google the charities and call them directly. If the Salvation Army is your charity of choice, a spokesperson says to stay alert and only donate through official Salvation Army channels.
All right, hey, this is scam season. They know you itching to spend and they itching to win. It's time. Hey, this is the fourth quarter of the year. They gotta rack up on you. And be careful, because if you buy online, try to go to the original website, the legitimate website. If you see something on Facebook and it look too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, it's too good to be true. Like, the funny thing about online, people that put their business online, they know that now people will trust advertisement online. So they'll make a fake site that copies a site, and then it'll say a diamond ring. The price was $1,500 or whatever, but you could get it for $50. You can get it right now for $49 Black Friday sale. And this is where people start losing their money, because it's too good to be true. This is why when you see things on social media, look for the phone number, look for the original website. If they got something on social media and they're a business, they got a .com. Go to the .com. Do not order. I would caution people to not order off Facebook or things like that. If you see something and they say that the price was $700, but you can get it for $29.95, it's probably a scam. It's probably a scam. Understand, it's that time of the year, so be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Also, I want to talk about this before we go to break. A Methodist pastor in Rochester, New York, shocked her congregation after publicly announcing she is a transgender woman during the service. This is making its rounds on social media. Surprise! Just in time for Christmas. If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got the announcement. Let's listen.
this. Absolutely not. They texted me this morning and they asked for me to tell you all that they do not support me and that they have chosen their convictions and their beliefs over supporting their child. Everyone gets nervous when there's a special announcement from the pastor. I'm not leaving. Hold on to that. I'm going to hold you to it. So rarely do I did not get into ministry to talk about myself or my personal life, but sometimes there are things that happen in a pastor's personal life that is going to find its way out into ministry. And so I am inviting you to join me in a season of creative transformation for myself, and I think for all of us. So I get to announce with joy that I'm transitioning. I'm affirming and saying to all of you that I am transgender. And so the best way to put this is that I'm not becoming a woman, I'm giving up pretending to be a man.
See, hey, look, the pastor came out and said, hey, he's a trans woman. Hey, like I said, this is making this rounds on social media. I think a lot of people was just kind of like, okay, did he have to make the announcement during the service? I guess. I mean, he's the pastor. Hey, like I said, now it's 2025, and I don't care what lifestyle you decide to live. That's what you decide to do with your life and things like that. And I always tell people, long as you ain't out here harming innocent life, I have very little to say about anything. If you're not trying to mess with no kids, if you ain't trying to rob somebody or bring some harm to people, hey, God bless you. You got to deal with whatever you're trying to deal with. And that's how I feel about it. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Coming with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. Now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4
for breast cancer happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The Milwaukee County Transit System will not have to completely eliminate routes next year after receiving extra funding in the county's budget. But based on next year's service levels, MCTS President and CEO Steve Fuentes says they're projecting an $18 to $20 million budget gap in 2027.
In 2026, we are still using our remaining $8.5 to $9 million of COVID money. That $8.5 to $9 million will not be there in 2027.
Transit leaders say the 6 routes that were supposed to be cut next year will now operate during peak hours. Bus riders will also see a 75-cent fare increase starting next month to help close the budget deficit. A Milwaukee area investor will serve as the secretary and CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Governor Tony Evers announced appointing John Miller to the role starting later this month. Miller replaces Missy Hughes, who stepped down 2 months ago as she runs for governor in a crowded Democratic field. It's likely a short-term appointment for Miller, as the next governor will select their own department heads in 2027. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court agrees to hear a case to discuss whether ICE detainers are considered legal. The Wisconsin ACLU is suing 5 sheriffs on behalf of Voice de la Frontera for teaming up with the feds to house immigrant detainees for longer than 48 hours. The attorney representing the sheriff's office says the ongoing partnership with ICE is legal. The ACLU claims under state law, police holding someone past their release time because ICE asked for it is unlawful. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: what was some of the biggest stories of 2025, locally, nationally? That's the question of the day. I'll say this has been an interesting year, especially right here in the city of Milwaukee. So many things happened this year. I want to know, what do you feel was the wow moment this year? Like the, oh my goodness. Somebody look at this. Which one? Which story? We got BC on the lines. How you doing, Black Conscious?
Knowledge itself and health is wealth. Great day to be alive, my brother.
Hey, we got the Packers Bears Sunday.
I'm not going to speak until after Monday.
Okay, I got
but you will.
You don't want to jinx it, yeah.
You will You will hear me. I'm not going to put any casting out here of what I know. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, but for sure they will play on Sunday. So we're just going to be cordial.
I like the way you're trying to play that. I like the way you're trying to play that.
We're going. I don't care what you like. We just go be cordial like that.
Hey,
You're always my brother, and I'll walk with you.
I got you.
But if it goes my way, now this gonna be a somber.
Here we go.
Be a somber.
I thought you was gonna calm it down. See, here you go.
No. Well, the reason why I'm coming down because it's gonna be a somber Sunday for me because that is my mom's birthday. Man, she rested in peace.
Oh, that's what's up.
But my dad actually died. My dad actually died on her birthday, so I'm gonna be filled with a lot of emotions. So hopefully the Bears, because that was his team, and right now he's probably smiling really that they got this. They are in first place, but I want the deciding factor of the season is going to be against this team right here.
Mm-hmm.
So enough with that being said. One thing you did mention, you failed to mention on there, also, Milwaukeeans, be very conscious and aware of your surroundings. The reason why I say that is you're going into these stores late in the evening buying packages, people will follow you home. My daughter was a victim of that. They stole her car, knew she went shopping late, last minute late. She drove home, went in the house for a few seconds, came out, and the whole car was gone with all the presents in it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So, valuable lesson learned. Get your stuff early, but be aware of your surroundings.
I agree.
Be mindful of that.
Keep your head on the swivel.
The third thing, yes, sir. Another thing is, what in the Lucifer church are we having here? But more question is, are those individuals still going to follow the teaching of that church and that pastor? Knowing what the word says about that. Now, true, we don't have any control of what people do, but if you're a true believer in the word, that is abomination. So are his congregation still going to follow along with his preaching, his teaching?
Hey, that's why I say I don't.
That is the one to be mindful.
Look, if you ain't harming innocent life, that's between you and God. But if you in a church and you dealing with the religious aspects of your beliefs, that's between you and your religious aspects of your belief. You got to make a decision. You got to make, that's why I say I'm just out here to help. We got Brian on the lines. Brian, how you doing, Brian?
Oh, pretty good. I just want to mention the fact that nobody said anything about Junior Bridgman dying when he was about to give away some money.
What?
This year. Yeah, Junior Bridgman. You play with the Bucks.
The one that had all the Wendy's and all the restaurants.
Yes. I don't know why. They gave it like a lukewarm story, but that's a major thing. This man was almost a billionaire. Did a lot of beneficial things. Put a lot of people to work. And he don't get nothing? I mean,
Junior
come
Bridgman,
on now.
right.
Junior Bridgman.
The entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He how did you know he was about to give out some money before he died?
Yeah, he was at a podium like Malcolm X. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing
so
about
he
it.
was talking about doing something, and then it never manifested.
And all of a sudden he died.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he all of a sudden died on stage on the podium.
What?
That is the craziest thing ever. Yeah. It was live.
Wow.
Whatever he was at, it was live. It was live. I mean, that's a shame for whoever to be responsible for that. Because you know how I think. So.
Hey, like I said, I didn't know. I got to go look at that. I'm gonna go check that out. Thank you for tapping in, Brian. I'm gonna go check that out. I did not know that. Eddie, how you doing, brother Eddie? Do we have Eddie on the lines? Okay, Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? All right, we don't have Eddie. Okay.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Brother Eddie.
There we go. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there?
I thought you had cut off or you fell off the ladder or something happened. I don't know.
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I've heard. I just want to quick, before I forget, I want to say how brave Black consciousness is. for on air admitting that he's a Bears fan. That is brave, and it takes a lot of guts.
Right.
To admit that it's a lifestyle choice. If you're a Bear fan, it's a lifestyle choice because those poor people, I have been around Bear fans my whole life because I grew up, I went to high school in the Kenosha area, okay? Just for high school. And Kenosha is, believe it or not, when I grew up there, everybody's a Cubs fan, everybody's a Bears fan, everybody's a Bulls fan. Because, it's an hour from Milwaukee, hour from Chicago. But
right. They could have migrated.
Being a Bears fan is like akin to sadomasochism. You want to punish yourself. There are people, they hire women to whip them with a whip. They give them $500 an hour to whip them, and these guys
talking
are
about
CEOs.
whips and all of this extra stuff. Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Talking about
I'm
whipping
just
the black man on the black radio
it.
station. That's
I didn't say that. You said that. I did not say that. I never said the word slave either. Never said slave. Never said it.
Eddie, here we go.
Okay, so I got something to say, Tory. I got something to say.
Go right ahead.
Minister whose behavior goes beyond the Bible, by the way. I mean, I love these guys. They pick and choose parts of the church. They support homosexuality. We're an open church, a unity church, gays, trans, whatever it may be. But those teachings aren't biblical at all. They're contrary to biblical beliefs. That's number one. Number two is the ideology of people in the transgender movement is that if you identify as a woman, that's it. You are a woman. So why would he have to have the surgery? As a matter of fact, these surgeries don't tend to work for a lot of people. The mechanics don't work. When they reorganize your organs they reassign them to what they think are or will be the appropriate sex, they don't mechanically work. They're as functional as a mannequin. It just doesn't work. So why would he have to have the surgery? Because he's virtue signaling, and that's a big part of the movement. They said from 2003, Tory, 63% of people, 63% less people identify as transgender. In 1 or 2 years, 63% less.
Well, you get
That's
those
the trend.
statistics.
That's what it is.
That's a national statistic, or you just made that up?
No. I think I saw it on Fox News, and so if it's on Fox, it's real.
There we go.
So, but I mean, think about this, Tory. 63% less people are now identifying as transgender, Tory. It says to me that it's nothing more than a fad. It's in vogue, Tory, is what it is. Tory, on that note, I'm going to go. It's freezing outside. I got to get inside. I got some groceries. I don't want them to explode. Tory, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Eddie. Here we go. Okay, well, let's get Al before we run the break. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing wonderful. My question for Eddie is why is the biggest buyers of transgender is white men? And if everything is abomination, why is these white men, which is the leader in pedophilia, scat, bestiality, and a little pug in Great Dane is walking around in a pamper because it will never be right after that California night? How about that? So if we're going to talk it, let's talk, because last time I checked, I don't understand why any man laying on his back letting a farting mule put that whole third leg up in him. So if you're going to come with the facts, come with the facts. And when you look at the data, the biggest buyer and the biggest leader and the biggest rapists, the biggest pedophiles, and the biggest ones who's paying the transgenders is the white men. So I'm going to let that go, Divine. Shoot your shot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right. It's time to run the break. The call on the line. We're going to get you on. Oh, we got 45 seconds. Can we get the caller? Caller, how you doing?
What's up, man? History was just made because with the bear thing, I do finally found one thing I agree with Brother Eddie on. The rest of his nonsense is nonsense, because if you read the King James version of the Bible, you know the European version, as opposed to where Jesus was from, which was not Europe. Men didn't wear kilts and which are dresses, which make you a cross-dresser. So whatever you want to talk about, we could really get long into that. But I just want to correct some information that just came on the line about Junior Bridgman. The Bucks actually had a ceremony for that best six man of the 80s, who was a part of their teams, who should have been championship teams before one of their games right after he passed away. His number hangs in the rafters as one of their Hall of Fame players, and he was always celebrated by the Milwaukee Bucks. So his donations to the community have gone for decades. So him about to give away money is incorrect information, and that he was not celebrated. I want Brian to do more research because he's a smart brother, but he should provide Truth Nation with correct information. Right. And I'm always
I have to go look that up. Yeah,
look it up. You can say into your phone, did the Bucks have a memorial service for Junior Bridgman? And yes, they did have a full video of his great highlights, along with Sidney Moncrief and Marcus Johnson, who should be in the Hall of Fame. He was a legend. Maybe that's a great topic for you and Tony Smith about Marcus not being in the Hall of Fame, because it's the basketball Hall of Fame. And he was one of the greatest who ever played. He was just as good as Dr. J and Larry Bird. So I want Brian to be better. 2026 is coming, and I'm always keeping encouraging, and happy Sagittarius season. I'm a Sagittarius, and all the Sagittarius with Truth Nation, happy birthday.
Well, I appreciate you for tapping in. Before we run the break, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all, Gruber Law Office 5K entry winner for today. That's right, be entered in to win $5,000, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Be caller number, since we're going into 2026, be caller number 26 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win our $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Again, be caller number 26 at 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017 The Truth.
One call, that's all.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations, where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I want to get to this story. I saw this story yesterday. We couldn't get to it. Milwaukee Public Schools launched pilot program to transport unhoused students. This is a pilot program. A lot of students may not have a home or may be going through some difficulty. And this is a pilot program. MPS will try to get some transportation ideas going for unhoused students. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got some video. Let's listen.
These are just some of the minivans here on MPS's headquarters. That's going to be another option to make sure that kids can get to school in a good, safe way. The goal is to bridge transportation gaps for families experiencing housing instability. So the district currently serves roughly 5,000 students who will depend on the service to provide safe travel to and from schools. So to paint perspective, 5,000, that's about the same size as Oconomowoc, Pequannock, and Franklin school districts. So to help that, MPS will work with Everdriven. That's the company providing those vans. Drivers will provide safe rides, allowing students to focus mainly on learning, which is what the district hopes to accomplish.
I think it's exciting for us to be able to provide kind of a little bit of an alternative approach. For us, it's hard to procure services. A lot of times they're really, really far away. And this gives us a little bit of diversification to make sure that we can get these students to and from school in a timely manner.
So the new vans are part of MPS's alternative vehicle transport program, which of course helps students get to their destinations for a variety of purposes.
All right, well, the unhoused students, is that foster care or homeless? Homeless students. So, okay, so where are they picking them up from? Tent shelters? Okay, they picking up unhoused students from shelters, families that may be living in domestic shelters, you know, things like that, I guess. And other ideas that are not where they have an actual home or something like that. So I'll keep an eye on that. I mean, I think that's a great idea. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of extra money from the people. I guess they're going to put it into trying to do this pilot program. I'm not against that. I mean, put the money to work. See what can happen. If it's an issue, I'll tell you, evictions are huge. Domestic violence is up. It could be many reasons why the youth are unhoused. So I'm not going to push back against that. I think that maybe, let's see what they do. Let's see if it actually works, if the people work the program right for the need. I'll keep y'all up to date on that. Also, road rage. Just saw this. A road rage shooting victim warns Milwaukee drivers after being shot for honking the horn. She's trying to tell her story. If you're watching this as we broadcast live, we got the story right here on the Tory Lowe Show. Let's listen.
What do you hope people learn from your situation?
Don't blow their horns at people if they blow their horns back. And if someone want to pass you in traffic, just, if your life is not endangered or whatever, just let them pass. Just let them go.
Katrina reached out to TMJ4 to share her warning to Milwaukee drivers and why the impact victims face goes beyond the physical injuries. Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan reports.
From here to there, and this is actually where the bullet had entered my arm right here.
Doctors told this single mother of four mere inches were the difference between life and death.
I thought I was going to lose my life.
An x-ray shows the rod in Katrina Mills' arm, and if you look closely, bullet fragments still lodged inside her body. This photo shows where it entered on her driver's side window in the middle of the afternoon on September 11th.
Ordinary day, driving home from work. It was a detour. I took the detour and my life changed forever.
Katrina says it all started at 60th Street and Silver Spring when a driver tried to illegally pass her on the right and she honked her horn.
I just had a feeling that I had to get away because once I noticed they was following my car, I knew there was nothing good that was going to come from it.
Katrina says the driver tailgated her car for 2 miles until they caught a red light at Fond du Lac Avenue. That's when Katrina tells me the passenger pulled out a gun and fired 2 shots at her from just feet away.
Do you regret honking your horn?
Yes, I do regret honking my horn because maybe they was having a bad day. Not saying that I feel any sympathy or anything like that, but maybe if I hadn't blew my horn, they would have just kept driving by.
Katrina's struggles go beyond scars and broken bones. Since she can only lift 2 pounds with her left arm, Katrina says she hasn't been able to work, and now she's falling behind on her bills.
Everything just came down crumbling at one time for me.
The Milwaukee Police Department says we are seeking a known suspect, and charges were referred for a warrant. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office tells me this case is pending for further investigation at this time.
What would you say to this person who shot you?
You know, you can't get away with shooting people over blowing horns. Like, that's ridiculous. I could have lost my life. My kids could have been without a mom, and it could have turned out really bad.
Wow. Now, this is a black woman with children in a road type of situation, blows her horn due to something going on the road and ended up getting shot for blowing her horn at somebody on the road. And this is why I tell people, it's just best to walk away. Like, it ain't even no need to engage with anything. Just, unless it's on top of you self-defense, where you got to do something, leave it alone. I've been saying that all year. Say God bless you. I've been coming on the air telling people it's not like that no more. People are out here and something as small as honking your horn could almost end up costing you your life. And thank God that she told her story. Because this is a single mother with children. The person who shot at her saw that it was a woman, A, and she wasn't a threat, B, and C, they were out there to do no good. Due to whatever circumstances in their life, low vibration that they was having going on in their life, they wanted to see somebody else hurt. And it's people out here that you got to just leave it alone because they want to inflict pain and hurt on someone because they're hurting and they have pain and they want to inflict their misfortune on others. Understand what I'm saying? And we cannot overlook that. And many times we are just out here moving, about our day with everything that took place, with people being evicted, with people losing everything they got, people living in houses with lead paint. The person who shot it probably chewed on some lead paint. I'm not saying it happened, but what I'm saying is this is the time to really just call a timeout on conflict. Anybody that's starting conflict right now is a safety risk. It's a possible safety risk. It's a high safety risk on this, and I've been telling y'all this the whole year. I've been coming on the air. God bless you. Like, have a blessed day. Do not engage. Especially going into 2026. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Wisconsin winters can be tough, and so are higher energy bills. The Community Advocates Milwaukee County Energy Assistance Program is ready to help you. Eligible Milwaukee County residents can receive help with their energy bills and weatherization benefits to keep you warm and help you manage your heating and electric bills. Schedule your personal appointment at keepwarmmke.org or call 414-270-4653. For more details about locations and hours of operation, go to communityadvocates.net. This program is administered by the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration.
Your benefits? Competitive. And you've built a culture so healthy, it's practically kombucha. Also, you can recruit the best. Building the strong workforce your company needs? That's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where skills get built, best practices get hands-on practice, and industry-led programs equip candidates for their first day. Going up. By graduation day. Here's to turning real up-and-comers into your next hires. Here's how you get there. Here at MATC.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive On collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Melody Thompson is one of the most successful Black women in business today. And now she's got her eye on women's sports, spearheading a new fund called Project Level Up.
I started to study women's sports like an 11-year-old studies baseball statistics. And I got dangerous in seeing up arrows on what was happening in attendance, in sponsorships, in media rights.
That's Thompson talking about when she first started seeing big opportunities in women's sports. And seeing women athletes draw more global interest was another turning point recently.
Think about the Olympics and the big names, lots of amazing athletes, but some of the women were the biggest names. And I just said, we're going to drill down on this, and ultimately saw a real opportunity. And I said, go big or go home.
Going big led to Project Level Up, and its next big plan is a new women's soccer team for Denver. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Kevin Porter Jr. scored 26 points. Ryan Rollins added 22, and the Milwaukee Bucks overcame the loss of Giannis Antetokounmpo to an injury 3 minutes into the game to beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109 on Wednesday night. Head coach Doc Rivers on the win.
It was a hell of a win. We get down early. We missed wide open great shots, but we just couldn't get anything to fall. Then Giannis gets hurt, and I think we're down like 18, and to fight back, it just shows a lot of stuff about this team.
The 10 and 13 Bucks will continue their fight to 500 as they host the Philadelphia 76ers this Friday night. And University of Wisconsin Volleyball starts their 2025 NCAA tournament run by taking on Eastern Illinois at UW Fieldhouse today. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into The Truth this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for another episode of Ford Together for Kids, presented by City Ford Collective, hosted by Kyle Wallace, Colestin Morgan Jr., Executive Director of City Ford Collective. They will be joined by Dr. Kadeem Ruiz of Rocket Ship Schools and Patrick Landry of Notre Dame Schools of Milwaukee, where they will provide first-hand insight into what's working in their schools and how they're improving student outcomes. Again, that's Ford Together for Kids this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Joining me as we broadcast live, we got advocate author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Well, I want to hear, what was your biggest stories of the year?
Biggest stories of the year, as you know, me personally, you talking about?
No, just any story that caught your eye.
That blew me out the
national,
water.
No, just any story, the biggest story. Just a big story.
Of the year. The elderly losing, housing, the NPS, of course, and us being taxed, the taxpayers in the city of Milwaukee being taxed to the max, and our civic engagement being taken by David Crowley and Cavalier, what you talk about, Willis Johnson. That was real huge for me. Again, the lack that has taken place in our community, in Milwaukee locally, it's been so many stories, and it's still nonstop when we're talking about, the lack of housing, the closings, that our community is continuing to see, whether it's a shortage on, the police officers, even though we haven't received any money, a shortage on the NPS schools that's closing down. We haven't received any money. The closing of the parks that we're paying more money for, but they're closing down. The bus routes, how it's shortened, but we're still paying more money. And then all of these cuts for the people, but all of the people in so-called leadership got raises. So, I mean, that's the gist of it for me. How we paying more and getting less.
Also, when we talk about big stories, we can't forget the whole SDC. Is that what happened with SDC? I think this SDC was a powerhouse nonprofit in the community, and all the major programs from SDC, I guess at the beginning of the year, coming into the year, SDC went almost out of business, and then a lot of the programs went to UMOS.
Absolutely. And
from the
again,
north side to the south side.
That part, and it's continuing to happen. There is no relief for the people. It seemed like the more they take, the less they do, the less we have to show for it. I sent you a story last night via Facebook Messenger about the Section 8 tenants in Milwaukee that's facing evictions for the ongoing payments.
Yeah, we played that. We played that story already. Yeah,
not being
an
paid.
Ongoing situation with Hackham, and this year the elders and the disabled and the people that depend on those programs, many of them face an eviction.
That part. due to nothing that they done. Okay, so I mean, when you think about this whole year in totality, the people have took an L. We took an L as far as getting results, but we're the go-to. Because I mean, when we think about, even when they say federally funded, whose funds is that? Those taxpayers' dollars. So I mean, at the end of the day, when we're talking about, the taxpayers are the only people who are suffering, continuing to suffer, and don't have anything to show for it.
We see that year after year, people ask. I think it's kind of like the same questions we're asking, and I believe that the biggest question we have to ask now is what we gonna do about it.
Come on.
I think that if we're not asking that question, then we're
What are we
asking the
doing?
wrong question, right?
Hey, that part. Absolutely. Because I mean, at this point, one thing for sure and two for certain, we know what they gonna do, which is get themselves raises and not do no work. The bottom line is now, what are we gonna do? Because we can't say we didn't give them. We gave them several chances, and we seem to fail every time we put the power in somebody else's hands. We get smacked. We don't have nothing to show for it at this point. Not even the hope or the faith that the people that we didn't allow to be voted in is going to do something outside of self-serving themselves. So at this point, now we have to make sure that we need to do what it is that we wanted them to do, and we got to move them around. It's time to remove them and replace them with some people again. Is the next group of people going to be guaranteed? No. But what's guaranteed is, we know if they don't do what they said they're going to do, we're going to move them around too.
Hey, look, that ain't even a conversation. That's an action. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
I think that many times when people say, okay, if you don't do this and you don't do that, then they do it again, and then they say, well, the next time if you don't do this, and if you don't get the potholes up, and then they don't do it,
nothing.
and they be like, hey, we get caught in this whirlwind of pointing the finger, but we never look at ourselves and say, okay, a lot of this is going on because we have allowed too much room for them to play.
In our face. You damn right. We have allowed them to continuously play, but I think, it's a new time, it's a new day. The suffering is above and beyond what we've ever seen. Like I said, we're talking about the elders. You can tell a lot about a village that can't take care of the children and the elderly. Okay. Right now, we on a down slope. We in the red everywhere across the board. Man, woman, and child. No matter how that look. Again, our paychecks haven't got any bigger, but the people that we look to for answers, who are resultless, all of them receive raises this year. They made sure that everybody
That was
got
the
a
theme of
raise.
the year. More money,
Come on.
more money, more money.
More money,
Hey.
more money.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
That was the
Everybody
theme
got
this year.
paid.
Everybody got paid.
Absolutely.
Everybody got paid.
Crime pays. Okay, we got mad criminals. NPS on a fraudulent. They had us sign up with fraudulent paperwork, which should have been none and void, and we should have received our
With
monies
the
back.
state. I wondered, did they ever
Come
fill out
on.
the paperwork for the state?
Hey, good question. I mean, if it's anything like the last time, probably not. However, like I said, the taxpayers haven't got a kickback. We seem to be being taxed more, not getting more. Because I mean, to be honest, ask yourself, with what it is that we've been through in 2025, how much money we done threw at all of these problems, because everybody said what they needed. And then when the people said what we needed, we're talking about it. You're bringing them on the show every day on how our community is suffering. Nobody is receiving relief, but all of these misleadership of Milwaukee is getting paid. They checks cash every week or every 2 weeks or every month. Whenever they getting paid, they have no shortage. Again, we getting taxed to the max, having to pay for parking, extended hours. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
getting
next year
us
you got a
every which
ticket with your
way.
name on it. Yeah. Next year
Come
they
on.
got 500-some-thousand tickets with your name on it.
Absolutely. Not
Hey,
only
gotta,
that, your
gotta,
title and
gotta get them
registration.
tickets out there. Yeah, gotta
Come
make them
on.
tickets happen.
Absolutely. The title and registration, again, like I said, we have no relief. Our paychecks not getting bigger. Our jobs don't give us a raise when we fail. Okay. But we have to ask ourselves, why the hell are we allowing these individuals who supposed to serve our community to get a raise and they failing us every day?
Well, look, when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on today's show, Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation, stay
Let's do
locked
it.
in.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
For 20 years, Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive has brought our community together, sharing the importance of giving, encouraging acts of kindness, and us kids helping other kids.
Join Capco and WTMJ for the 20th anniversary and a celebration of giving on Saturday,
December 13th at the Kasmeric Center for Human Performance in Grafton. This is more than just a toy drive. It's about community and learning how generosity can change lives across Wisconsin.
Be part of the magic.
Bring your family, bring your friends, and most importantly,
bring toys.
Because the joy of giving is the greatest gift of all.
Let's make this Christmas brighter for each child and family. Learn more at kidstokids.toydrive.com. That's kids, the number 2, kidstoydrive.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. To learn more about how you can take your first steps in buying your forever home, visit associatedbank.com/lending. That's associatedbank.com/lending. Or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Orthodontic Experts Wisconsin believes everyone deserves a confident dream smile. We offer braces for $195 a month, subject to terms and conditions, and accept most major insurance plans like Medicaid, traditional metal braces, discrete gold braces, and invisible clear aligners. Orthodontic Experts creates personalized treatment for the whole family. With clinics in Beloit, Hills Corners, Madison, Menominee Falls, and Mount Pleasant, there's no reason to wait on your smile transformation. Call Orthodontic Experts today for your no-cost consultation. 855-720-2470.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. It's a supermoon.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with the supermoon, Elizabeth Brown?
I mean, Gemini supermoon, it's it's like a purge. The Gemini supermoon, if you know anything about, astrology, when we talk about Geminis, they say it's two-faced. It's about the duality, but the main idea for this super moon is for you to avoid any type of conflict, for you to purge any hardships or negative energy that you hold in, consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously. Release all negative thoughts. Again, what we really been talking about all year round, except for, right now you want to try to avoid anything and everything and anybody and everybody that's on something negative. Right now
Right.
it's a pivotal time for you to make sure your energy is going where you want your energy to flow. So staying positive, making sure that the things that you want, or the greatest version of yourself that you pushing forward, that you doing everything you need to do, because your mind, body, and spirit have to be light to receive light. So with that being said, a purge is happening. Stay out the way. Vibrate high, and if you run into, because it's going to be a lot. It's a lot of low vibrational energy out here, and it's trying to
Right.
just have you caught up, stuck. Because right now it's a lot of cycle breaking, generational cycles that's being broke. And if you paying attention, now is pivotal for you to make sure that regardless to what, no matter who trying to get you upset, distracted, to keep you stuck, hey, say God bless and release them with love. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
And that's
it's
you can't get caught up in the low vibration, and this is why
you can't.
I try to protect my energy, because I deal with a lot of
Absolutely.
situations that come to me on a day-to-day basis. So it's more important for me now than ever, I feel, to just make sure that
Absolutely.
I continue to stay focused on what's ahead. Because I'll tell you this, coming down the pipe, and when you sent me a message about the moon and the energy that is happening every day, it's the
Hmm.
low vibration is trying to pull you back, especially for those that are
Absolutely.
trying to move ahead in power and strength. And so the message is to keep your head on a swivel and keep it moving.
Definitely keep it moving, but not only that, a lot of us is fighting our own demons as well. I was just telling my daughter, like, in this time is pivotal, because in duality you have to make sure that there's balance even within yourself. Like I said, do a purge for yourself about the negative thoughts, any hard feelings that you holding against somebody.
Right.
Release that with love. Release, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it ain't stopping them from living, it's stopping you.
Right.
You know, so what you don't want to do is allow old grudges, things of the past, because if you drag anything from your past into your future, you don't have a future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You have to
and the
repent.
goal, absolutely. And if you've been living, like I said, for me, 49 years, and again, you're just not gonna wake up and change everything overnight. But I try to find it. A, a reason every day to wake up and be grateful for what I have. And when those negative thoughts come up, I auto check right away about what I'm grateful for, because there's a lot of things that I don't have, but it's a lot of things that I do. And so I want to
Right.
focus, since I want to multiply the things that I have, I'm going to focus on the things that I have, and show gratitude, and show the people around me who never left how much love I have for them, and how much I appreciate them, versus the people that I felt left, or that I lost, which was never a loss, it was a lesson. Because nothing happens just because. Everything happens for a reason, and you are where you are, and we are where we are, because this is where we're supposed to be. So with that being said, I'll just say, find yourself being grateful.
Right.
And the more you're grateful, the more things will come to you that you'll be grateful for. So it's attracting what it is you say you want. So it begins with your thoughts. So it's time to purge that. And then, like I said, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of things that's going to try to keep you stagnant. Don't let it happen. We evolving in 2026. It's up and it's stuck.
Right. And this year went by super fast.
Oh
And
my
when you look
God.
up to know that next year is going to be a completely new year, And
Absolutely.
it's like, okay, we got 1 month left. Hey, look, I'll tell you this year was an amazing year for those that were out here on the front lines, tapping into the positive energy. And also for those that were operating on a kind of a low frequency, it was kind of a bad year because it got worse in that frequency.
I mean, the chicken definitely gonna come home to roost. What you put out here is definitely coming back on you. And a lot of people that you see, feeling like they losing their mind, everything ain't going right. 9 times out of 10, they were dealing exactly what they being served right now. Because it really don't matter where you at on this scale or that we call life. Everybody gonna have ups, everybody gonna have downs. The question is, when you up, are you gonna do to people who down the same way people did you when you was down? Or are you gonna be that person to look down to help somebody up versus looking down on them and talking bad about them? You know what I'm saying? It's about uplifting. So
Hey, look, I'll tell you this. It's a powerful time for the brothers and sisters on the front lines. And I think that we have to continue to switch it. We got to put those brothers and sisters on the front lines at the forefront and take the ignorance and put it in the trash and start moving the village forward. And I think Not Really a City Girl was in the chat. She said, can the village be fixed? And I said, it always takes everybody doing a little. It always takes a group of people to set the standard. You're only going to go as far as the person you allow in the front. So when you understand that concept, you don't allow foolishness to lead.
Absolutely. And I would say, only a city girl, yes. I think anything can be fixed. Again, a lot of times we're going through the steps of, again, on the Tory Lowe show, speaking the unspoken. Because a lot of times that we don't speak about will be repeated. We've outed a lot of stuff and we've been about that action. So I believe that it can be fixed. Do I believe that everybody going? No, everybody is not going to go. A lot of people got to stay where they at. But what I'm saying, for those of us who are ready, who are sick of choosing to lose, we have to understand that in the opposition of losing, you got to learn how to win. And in the beginning, I made an AI video that said, rise regardless. In fear, you still need to move forward. Scared, move forward. Worried, move forward. Terrified, move forward. Because the reality of it is, your fear, the terror that you have in your mind, somebody else programmed you with that. Move forward anyway, by any means necessary. And the rest is going to take care of itself.
I agree. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. And many times, if they can just get you distracted, if life can just get you distracted just a little bit, to take you off balance, you already walking on a tightrope. I used to watch the circus where the guy had to walk across on the tightrope, and he had to focus and stay balanced.
Absolutely,
you got to stay focused.
Hey, don't get caught. Absolutely, salute, King. It's up. 2026 is going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm here for it. One love.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual, and we got a lot of work to do, Queen.
Hey, let's get it, King. One love.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, salute to everybody joining the show. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Hey, look, another powerful chat. Hey, look, I advise y'all to join the chat. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let everybody know that the chat is a whole nother show. If you in the chat, you already know what time it is. Salute to everybody out there in radio land. I appreciate you for tuning in to the show today, and I appreciate every caller that called in. Once again, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Coming with straight truth.
If you act